What is up, guys? Welcome to the ThinkComputers Weekly Tech Podcast. This is episode 341, and our podcast this week is brought to you by Amazon. If you go to thinkcomputers.org/Amazon and happen to purchase something, that, of course, gives us a kickback and keeps the podcast ongoing. With me is my co-host, Ryan. What's going on?
Not much. Just realizing I forgot a drink, but we'll be good.
Do you want to go get a drink? I can talk while you go get a drink.
Nope, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. I just have water. I was like, no energy drink.
I may step away when you're like doing a review or something, but yeah, it'll be
quick. You could go now. I can talk to the people out there.
No.
Okay. Well, it is the eve of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it is.
Which for most people is the biggest drinking day of the year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. At least it was back in Pittsburgh because there wasn't much else to do. And everybody's home, like everybody who even like, when I was younger, everybody from college was back from college. And then everybody who had moved away would come back and we'd all go to your same hometown bar and just.
Right. Yeah, we have a Friendsgiving event Friday night. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're hosting that one?
No. So we have two events tomorrow out of town, like an hour away. And then we'll come back tomorrow night. And then Friday, we are hosting a lunch at our house and then driving back to that same town in the afternoon/evening for Friendsgiving. And that's not like a meal or anything. It's like you said, we're going to all hang out at a brewery and just chill out.
Yeah, so. I will be going to a dinner tomorrow. It is kind of cool because I feel San Diego is a town of a lot of transplants. So there's a lot of people here, especially people from like overseas. Like my one friend, I'm going to her house tomorrow and she's from Morocco. So obviously not, she's not going home for Thanksgiving. And she's having a bunch of people over who aren't going home for Thanksgiving, which is pretty cool. So excited for that. And I did want to ask you, we're going to have put a poll out. And if anybody's in the live chat, if you want to chime in on this as well, I try to make a poll on YouTube, by the way.
A pool or a poll?
A poll. Sorry. I try to make a poll on YouTube and it's like, their polling system is horrible. So anyways, what is the best way to cook a turkey?
I'm just like the standard in an oven guy. Like, I don't know. Bacon in an oven. That's what I know.
Okay, that's what.
I mean, I don't know that I've really had too many like of the deep fried turkeys. I'm sure I have. I know I have, but I haven't had enough of it to like really compare. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so I would say that I've ever had like a crazy like turducken where you're like stuffing all sorts of craziness in it. We're just
I was just saying like the ways to cook. So there's baking, a lot of people deep fry, and then there's smoking the turkey. I would say smoking the turkey is the best. In my opinion.
It may be. I don't know that I've ever had a smoked turkey at Thanksgiving. So
in the live chat we do have a question, which of course that's what part of this live stream podcast is all about.
Absolutely.
They have an Asus H370 Mining Master, and I have an issue I can't figure out. The mobile lets me go all the way to the homepage, and it will blank color screen memory. I'm not sure I understand that question. Issue with the RAM stick. RAM sticks died, and all how to fix it. I'm not exactly sure. Based on what you're asking, but I would say maybe run with one stick of memory and then go from there and see what that kind of does for you. I can't really understand your question all that much. If you want to try to be a little bit more specific, but if you're in the live stream, we can definitely help you out, or try to at least as we go through here. But But yeah, I would say take the memory out, use a single stick, and then kind of go from there and troubleshoot from there.
And there's only 2 slots on that board. This is that board that has like all the USB slots where the PCI slots typically would be. There's like what, 20 slots here, it looks like. So yeah, you've only got 2 slots there. Like Bob said, swap them between slots and kind of try and figure that out.
Yeah, old man who's here in the chat, he says frozen turkey in a giant pot of oil if you want to burn that. And every year there's these videos that emerge of people who don't know how to properly deep fry their turkey. And one of the reasons is because, again, people do put it in frozen and then everything explodes. And yeah. But yeah, before we get into tech stuff, it is Black Friday week. And honestly, why do they do like it used to be Black Friday, and then we incorporated Cyber Monday, and then we had the whole weekend. So you had deals from Black Friday to Cyber Monday. Now Black Friday week, and there's a ton of deals.
I like it. Part of me likes it just like from the giving the retail workers a break, right? Like I always felt bad for the folks that were either working on Thanksgiving or they had to be up super early and just deal with the craziness that is Black Friday. So spreading it out, I think, is probably like, why didn't we do this sooner?
Okay. There are some deals that I wanted to talk about real quick. If you guys, and these are all going to be on Amazon. So again, if you guys do want to pick anything up, we would appreciate it. If you go to thinkcomputers.org /Amazon, just helps us out. So we'll talk about a few of these deals here. And one is AMD CPUs are on sale.
Is what I want. Is the 5800X 3D on there?
It is not.
No.
But it would see what's all of the new 7000 Ryzen 7000 series processors are already discounted, which is something you don't typically see because these just came out. So you're going to be able to get the Ryzen 9 7900X, which I bought for $549, is $473. I bought it the first day it was available for $549, and now it's $473 already. Ryzen 7 7600X is, instead of $299, it's $248. And the Ryzen 7 7700X, it normally $449, $348. They don't have this. Maybe they sold out already at the 7950, but the 7950 was also discounted. Okay. But I mean, even Ryzen 5000 series stuff is also like Ryzen 9 5900X 341. A lot of deals on AMD CPUs, which is AMD has been pretty good on the big deal days to have some type of CPU deal, but it's really interesting that they have the Ryzen 7000 series already discounted. So if you were debating, not sure what to do, you do have the ability, like I said, you can pick this stuff up. Samsung stuff, I think storage is always something that I look at for Black Friday. Portable SSDs are on sale. Their T7 and the T7 Shield are on sale. Also, do they have the 970 Evo Plus and the 980 Pro is also on sale for storage stuff, which is good. We reviewed the 980 Pro, great drive, and their portable SSDs are always great. So if you want to pick up something from Samsung, that stuff is on sale all week, so you can just pick it up now. Those were like the bigger ones. Crucial had some stuff. Let's see. Corsair actually has some stuff. I'm wearing a Corsair hoodie, so let's see what Corsair has. Power supplies. We have some cases that are slightly discounted, 17% here.
17 to 20% off on most things.
Yeah, not crazy deals on that stuff, but we did, like I said, there's some Corsair stuff. Turtle Beach gaming headsets. Razer stuff. Razer always has good stuff. And let's go to Lex, see what Lexar has. Oh, and SK Hynix. So we posted one today. They have both their gold P31 and their platinum P41 on sale. The platinum P41 is a great drive. And that's going to be discounted all week too. So it's 20% off. Normally $104.99. It's $83.99. And that's a drive that does 7,000 megabytes a second read and write. If you guys want to pick that up. Lexar stuff. They have their new Lexar Professional, which we reviewed. The 2 terabyte is 38% off, and the 1 terabyte is 39% off. They also have their DDR4 RGB memory on sale. Lots of good stuff, I think, here as well. Yeah. Is there anything that you're specifically looking to pick up?
Yeah, the 5800X 3D.
I don't think it's going to go on sale.
I'm kind of feeling the same way. So I've got an alternate purchasing route that I think I'm just going to take and be done with it. It's not as cheap as it had been. I think the cheapest we saw was $329. Actually, you know what? I think I did find it for $329.
Did you check? Is there a Micro Center by you?
Kansas City.
Oh, okay. And then, like I said, Razer stuff.
Right now, though.
Yeah, I would look. Lots of Razer stuff on sale. They always have good sales. So lots of stuff. But yeah, check out, like I said, those are kind of like the big ones that I've seen so far this week. There's the Turtle Beach gaming headsets, but there's a lot of stuff.
It's on sale for $320 at Micro Center.
Okay, but you have to go get it.
Well, but I have some friends in Kansas City that are coming to town for Thanksgiving, and I'll see them on Friday.
There you go. Yeah, that might be it. If you guys are looking to look for deals too, we always, like I said, say go to thinkcomputers.org/Amazon, but you can also just go to amazon.com/deals, and it brings you to the main deals page. And then you can go over here and go to computers and accessories, and then it will filter all the computer related deals. Makes it a lot easier to find stuff if you're kind of searching through deals, because I know it can be, if you just click on like I can't even click on this. I can't click on this big banner that says Black Friday deals, but all right, here we go. Early Black Friday. But yeah, it's a bunch of different stuff. I'm see, like Black Friday for me, I think, is typically stocking up on things like just like random stuff,
like toilet paper and
batteries. Well, if it's on sale and I know I'm going to use it throughout the year, like I'll just buy like the big pack, right? So that's the stuff I kind of buy. I don't want to upgrade my NAS yet. My NAS is not that it's getting full, but it's about half full. And upgrading all the NAS drives, but I don't know if I want to make that purchase just yet.
Yeah,
there's a couple other things because I'm doing this whole desk build and stuff, but we'll talk about that at the end of the podcast here. But if you guys did want to follow along, as you can see it here, we do have our whole show notes page that has everything that we're going to be talking about this week. And we'll start it off with reviews. And I took a look at another X670E motherboard, perfect for one of those CPUs from AMD that are on sale, because you do need a new motherboard if you're going to go the Ryzen 7000 series routes. This is the MPG X670E Carbon Wi-Fi from MSI. Really good board, has a lot of different features. And one thing I've always liked about the Carbon series from MSI, especially since we've had USB 3.2 Gen 2x2, is unlike most motherboard manufacturers that are doing Thunderbolt 4, they actually put a USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 Type-C port on the rear I/O. And the reason I like this is because, do you have any Thunderbolt stuff?
I have an external drive enclosure that you sent me. And I can't.
Do you have any
really
Thunderbolt stuff do you have any Thunderbolt stuff you use?
No.
Yeah. So like Thunderbolt actually has faster bandwidth, but all of these devices that we use they don't make you're not going to use it. And all those two Type-C connections you see on the back of most, whether it's Z790 or X670E motherboards, they're Thunderbolt 4. But if you plug in a USB device to the Thunderbolt 4 port, it's going to default to USB 3.2 Gen 2, which is only 1,000 megabytes a second read and write, whereas the USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 is 2,000 megabytes a second read and write. And I would just rather have that connectivity on the rear I/O. A lot of other boards will give you 3.2 Gen 2x2, but you have to connect it to a front panel header on your case or something like that. It just makes it so much easier. And MSI was like one of the first people to do that and just keep it that way. I like it. I think it's, like I said, it's one of the things that sets this board apart from all the other X670 E boards is you're getting 3.2 Gen 2x2 on the rear IO. I really like that. But you still have a ton of other USB ports here as well. 2.5 gig LAN, Wi-Fi 6E on here. And they actually have a programmable button on the back. So it's the smart button. You can set it to power the system on, restart the system. A bunch of other things. You can actually configure that in the BIOS, which is pretty
cool. That.
Yeah. But as far as the board, now the one thing I am a little bit disappointed with this board is the overall design of the board. The Carbon series initially was designed after supercars. It's supposed to, that's why they call it the Carbon series. On all the previous Carbon boards, they had like the carbon fiber, not real carbon fiber, but it looked like carbon fiber, kind of like supercar looking stuff. Here, they've completely toned it down. There's really not that carbon fiber supercar look anymore. We don't get a whole lot of RGB lighting on this board either. The only thing that lights up is the MSI Dragon logo that Ryan hates. But everything else is just very black and kind of toned down. For me, I'm not a fan of it. I don't know what you think about the overall look of the board.
Yeah, I mean, it's toned down for sure compared to some of the other boards we've seen. I don't think it looks bad by any means. It's just it's not flashy, which can be good, right? If you don't want to be locked into a color scheme, like black with a little bit of white on there is probably pretty neutral. So
yeah, like I said, it's called Carbon. The previous Carbon boards were again fashioned after supercars. That's just, I don't know. That's the kind of downside of this board. Beyond that, you have a ton of features here. 18 plus, I think it's 18 plus 2+1 power phase design. The 18 phases are for the CPU, of course, and you get 90 amps on each of the V-core phases. So 620 amps for the CPU, more than enough power there. All the power delivery components are covered by these big old heat sinks here. Both the heat sinks are connected by heat pipes. So you have more than enough, cooling for those. No issues with that. And then as far as expansion, you have 4 M.2 slots under the heat sinks here. So the top 2 are Gen 5. They're both Gen 5. The bottom 2 are Gen 4. And they all have the toolless locking mechanism, which I'm such a fan of, because these little screws,
and you drop one of those and you're like, I don't know where it's at.
Especially if you have, what's it called? If you have like carpet, it's so hard to find. So that's really nice to have. So 4 M.2 slots on this, 2 PCI Express 5.0 X16 slots, and a single PCI Express 4.0 times 4 slot. Just like any of these new boards, these 2 slots, the first one will always run at X16 speeds. And then if you do populate the second one, both of these will run at X8 speeds. But overall, it's a really nice board. You do have quite a lot of features with this. I like it. I just don't. For me, the design is just lacking for it being a Carbon series board. It's just lacking a little bit. But we have all of our benchmarks and everything like that in the actual review. So if you guys want to check that out, here's the lighting on the Dragon logo. Nothing great. Yeah, like I said. Yeah, it would have been nice to, on the previous version of the board, they had lighting down the front edge, which I'm always a fan of. They didn't have any of that there. So, but a lot of cool stuff on this board. So definitely check out the review. Like I said, it is currently $479.99, puts it around the same price as the ASRock X670E Tai Chi that we reviewed and the Gigabyte X670E Aorus Master. They're both kind of in the same league. So yeah, I think it's fully featured board. Didn't really have any issues with it. I like all the M.2 slots because I like the fastest drives possible and the most fastest drives that I can get. So it's nice to have that. And again, Wi-Fi 6E as well as 2.5 gig LAN on this. So,
sure.
So yeah, check out the review. And then I took a look at a pretty cool device that I've been needing for a while, just because I hate wires and I always forget to charge things. And it's just nice having one device that charges all of your devices, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I took a look at the Monoprice I can't talk. Magsafe 3-in-1 wireless charging stand, which is basically made for Apple devices. So it's going to charge your iPhone. It has a place to charge your Apple Watch. And then it also has an extra charging for like your AirPods or any wireless device, really. Whether you have like a battery that charges wirelessly, or you can actually charge your phone in the third place as well. Super simple device, super easy to put together. Here it is. You have this MagSafe charging puck, and then your Apple Watch charger goes in here, which is magnetized. So, and then you have this little section down here to charge whatever. And again, whatever you're charging doesn't have to fit in this little section. That's just kind of like this whole thing is wireless, or the whole thing will charge. So like I said, you can put your phone on there if you want to. And I charge my phone on there. And what's really cool about this is that the way it's designed is once you put your Apple Watch charger in here, the cabling goes down from that charger into the base here, and then it actually plugs into the device. So you only have one power cable coming out of this. It comes with a wall charger, which a lot of these devices don't come with a wall charger. So it comes with a wall charger. It's a fast charge, 18-watt fast charge wall charger. Super easy, like I said, to set up and connect and everything. And then once you're done, I mean, that's, and everything is at an angle up, so you can see everything. Your Apple Watch is has motion detection. So if I'm sleeping, this is on my nightstand, and I just like move my head and look over, my Apple Watch will light up so I can actually see what time it is. I don't have to necessarily grab my phone.
You don't wear your Apple Watch to bed? You don't wear it when you're sleeping?
No. I did for a little bit. I did when I first got it, and that was before they actually had the sleep functions. So I bought an app that would track my sleep, but I just like charging in at night,
I gotcha.
But yeah, it's super nice. And like I said, you can see all, you can see all your alerts or whatever right here. Just super easy. And what's really nice is the MagSafe charging puck. You can take it off of the stand and then take it with you, right? So because the stand's a little cumbersome to take traveling or something like that. But if you need a wireless charger, you can just take the little puck, and it has a USB Type-C that you can connect the charger to. So I really like it. It's a super, like I said, super simple, easy device. I gave it a 9 out of 10. The only downside is most of the stand is plastic, right? That you're kind of find that in most things. So, yeah, like I said, I like it. Check out the review. Pretty simple, easy device. And again, if you're in,
the nice thing about,
right, go ahead.
I was to say, that's a nice thing about being in that Apple ecosphere is like, you've got the charger that fits right into this, right? I couldn't fit this product, at least this model of it, into my lifestyle, right? I've got an Android phone, but then I've got like a Wise brand watch, right? So they're not going to make a design for the Wise brand, right? But if you're in that Apple ecosphere, this product's really cool. I like it.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's $39.99.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
And again,
especially since it comes with a charger.
Yeah, it comes with a wall charger. Like I said, a lot of these devices, I don't even think does the new iPhones come with like the wall charger? I think they just come with the USB cable. I really don't think they come with the wall charger.
Not that everybody needs another like wall charger. I have so many of them, but
yeah, they started skimping on that stuff a while back, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, but yeah, check out the review, guys. It is just a super simple device, like based on its price, good stocking stuffer as we're coming up to holiday season too. So that's something to keep in mind there as well. And then I did a video for the Height Y60 case. Probably one of the more interesting cases of the year. We already did our written review on this. But if you want to check out the video, it is on our YouTube page. There's like like I said, it's a really cool case. And again, I'm trying to put out as much video content as we can. So go ahead and check out the video there if you want to. Old man in the chat says, I have a charging stand that's similar to the Monoprice Magsafe, but it's not wireless. Yeah, there's a couple different ones. I used to have a lot of iPhone devices that, you would plug. It has like the little thing and you would just plug it right in there. But I do everything wirelessly now for the most part. It's just easier that way, for sure. So yeah, so let's move on to Case on Friday. And Ryan, we have another Overwatch 2 theme build.
I know,
but this one's a lot different than the other one.
It is. I like this one quite a bit.
So this is from Snef Computer Design. He's been building these custom cases that look like this, that look amazing, all custom built by him. And this one's called Winston 2 because Winston's one of the characters in Overwatch. Right. What are they called? Characters?
I think so. Heroes.
Heroes.
I don't know if we call them heroes. Yeah.
But he is one of the characters in the game, and you can see his face
that's
right
awesome.
there.
I love that.
The Overwatch logo here. But again, this is his own custom built case, which I have to get him to make me one of these. I don't know. Like they're that cool.
The lighting in the
the
lighting in between all the panels, just the custom channels for liquid
everything.
Disbursement. Just everything is freaking sweet.
Yeah, it's so cool how he has
those do those thumb screws have like a Winston logo on them too?
Where?
On the GPU at the back? Like on the previous image you were on.
No, they're Bits Power screws.
Oh, okay.
That would be cool if they did have the Winston logo on them. But yeah, look at this thing, man. It's just such good. And again, I feel like he could sell these as an entire water cooling kit, right? Like
maybe.
Because all of the channel runs are going to be the same.
Yeah.
You know, so you sell this
pretty advanced like build, right? Because you'd have to ship it flat packed, I would think, and then people have to put it together and make sure they do it right.
It would be a fun thing to do. I think it would be a fun kind of project, right? To do. But you can see the Overwatch logo in the, I think it's dual radiators at the back here, which is pretty cool as well. Man, this thing just looks so good. I love the orange too. It just looks so cool.
No, I like this a lot.
Yeah, it's a good one. So go ahead and check this one
out.
out.
LCD on the front. Yep.
Yeah,
very cool.
The right there. Yeah. Shout out again to Snef Computer Design. We featured a bunch of his builds this year. Come at the end of the year, we're gonna have to do the best case months of the year coming up. So
yeah, there's gonna be some tough ones this year for sure.
Yeah, there's some really good builds this year. So we'll definitely put that together here pretty soon. Also, guys, 2 days left. Ryan, have you got your entry for our contest? 2 days left. You shouldn't.
Obviously.
Yeah. 2 days left for our giveaway of the Titanium Micro Mercury, which is a 2 terabyte portable SSD. Perfect thing. Again, 2 days left. So whenever this ends, I will get it out to you so you get it before Christmas. So it's like an early Christmas present to whoever the winner is. So nice. We're getting up there, almost 10,000 entries. So get your entry in. Super easy to enter. And then after you do your initial entry, there's 12 other ways that you can enter by like following us on social media, Twitch, things like that. So yeah, just get your entry in 2 days. And everybody who's listening to this, probably like 1 day left if you're listening to just the audio version of this. So get your entry in. The giveaway link is in our show notes. That brings us to news, and we have an update on the Meltgate. I like calling it Meltgate.
I know. I like the word, but it has so much less I don't know, validity to it now that we kind of know what the deal is.
Yeah. So obviously we've talked about it for like a month, probably.
Yeah.
About the 16-pin NVIDIA power cables melting, burning up the cable, as well as damaging RTX 4090s for the most part. So NVIDIA has released a statement. I'll read the statement. It says, we are actively investigating the reports. We are aware of about 50 cases globally. Our findings to date suggest that the common issue is that the connectors are not fully plugged into the graphics card. To help ensure the connector is secure, we recommend plugging the power dongle into the graphics card first to ensure it's firmly and evenly plugged in before plugging the graphics card into the motherboard. We are investigating additional ways to ensure that the connector is secure before powering on the graphics card. NVIDIA and our partners are committed to supporting our customers and ensuring expedited RMA process regarding the cable or card used. NVIDIA has been able to test the cables that were RMA'd by affected customers. In all the cases, a wear line is clearly visible that indicates the cable wasn't fully inserted into the 16-pin power connector. NVIDIA is committed to supporting our blah, blah, blah. So basically, 50 cases globally. It seemed like it was a lot more than that.
I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't feel like it was a lot. I think we just heard about a couple of the stories. They gained so much traction so quickly. But yeah, 50 overall cases doesn't surprise me.
Okay. And then they said, again, the big issue is that you're not fully plugging in the cable to the card. And again, they suggest, and which I think is a great idea, or just a great plan, is when you're building your system, get your RTX 4090, plug in the adapter outside of your case, right? Plug in the adapter to the card, plug it in as firm as, and you make sure that it's fully plugged in outside of your system. Then go ahead and put the card into your system and then connect the 4 leads to the rest of your power supply that way. That should hopefully make it so this doesn't happen. So that's kind of NVIDIA's response. Yeah, it's kind of what we expected. They're not going to be like, we're going to send out everybody new cables. I don't think that was ever going to happen or be a thing.
No.
Yeah. So yeah. What else do we have? So the RTX 3060 Ti came out, the one with GDDR6X a little while back. It appears that NVIDIA is going to completely phase out the GDDR6 version. So GDDR6X and GDDR6. GDDR6X runs faster. This isn't a massive news story, but yeah, so it just seems like, again, they're just going to phase out the older version of the card, which kind of makes sense. The newer GDDR6X is more prevalent, and probably it might even be cheaper to make at this point, because Fab's going to, GDDR6 stuff not used as much, so they're going to probably phase it out. So that just makes sense, I would say.
Sure. Yeah.
So, that darn GALAX RTX 4090 Hall of Fame has broke 14 more records, and it was overclocked.
That's all
to 3.85 gigahertz, which is insane for a graphics card. Here you can see what the situation looked like with that's dual pots.
I think so. One on each side.
Right? Yeah, one on each side of the card. So dual pots on this. If you don't know what pot is, if you're listening, that basically where you pour the liquid nitrogen, and it's in. That's why I call it a pot, because it kind of looks like it's a cylinder almost to pour the liquid nitrogen into. They have one on each side of the card to keep it nice and cool there. And this was done. Okay.
I find it interesting. It looks like they are using the adapters though for the power connection for the card, right? They're not using a power supply with a native.
They are using the
high voltage connector. Anyhow,
I think because they're using both of them. Actually, I can't tell, but okay. Do you see this wire?
Right. That one looks like it could be a native.
Yeah. So I think power supplies only have one native.
I know, but you could run 2 power supplies, right?
You could, but
whatever.
Yeah. But in any case, so this card, this was overclocked by OGS at the GALAX OC lab team. 3.825 gigahertz, the highest GPU clock achieved to date on the RTX 4090. It broke, again, new world records for a bunch of different things, 3D marks, Catzilla, superposition, all these things. This card is just like, this is, so far, it appears to be, because again, we're not going to get the, what was the EVGA? We're not going to get a Kingpin from EVGA. That was the other big one that would break all the records. And MSI hasn't made a lightning card in forever. So we're not going to get one of those. Yeah. So that's really cool to see. If you want to see more information on the overclock and everything like that, we have the article on the website. In the chat, Nelson has said, well, let's go to Old Man first because we'll go in order here. He said, Lions has never had a problem with the power adapter because it is definitely plugged in. In one of his videos, he was holding the card only by the 12 pin. Yeah, like I said, I think, again, the big issue is just like people plugging it in. And sometimes with any type of connection like that, even the PCI Express connectors, sometimes they don't go in all the way. You just really have to make sure that they're in there. And then Nelson said, for a video card that you're spending like $2,000, you have to treat it like a newborn baby. Still, I think the AMD GPU are better because you don't have the hassles. Yeah, that's one of the things that we talked about last week. AMD making that point that their cards don't have that issue, you know.
But they've been locked into that connection supposedly for about 3 years. That design ahead of those cards coming out. I was listening to PC Per podcast this last week, and they were kind of talking about this as well. And Sebastian shared just some info that that AMD design to use the dual standard PCI power connections. That's something they've been locked into for years. So it's not like they made that because NVIDIA was going the other route. But still.
Yeah, I think it's obviously going to be a selling point for them, right?
Oh,
you don't have to worry about the issues. I'm really excited to see when those cards come out, just to see the performance and kind of where they're going to sit. And we talked about this at the start of the podcast.
Before you go to the next one, though, I think it's crazy that that GALAX card clocked to 3.85 when the stock clock is 2.52 gigahertz. Like, that's just nuts. The amount of overclock they're gaining out of that card.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I want that card really bad.
Yeah.
It'll go with my new build, which we'll talk about.
You're going to have to go through a lot of liquid nitrogen.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not going to overclock it. I just, the card itself just looks awesome. So we talked about at the beginning of the podcast, all the AMD deals that are going on. AMD has reflected these on their website as well. And we couldn't find it on Amazon earlier, but again, they do have the Ryzen 9 7950X for $574, which is deeply discounted for a brand new flagship processor that literally just came out. So if you don't find it on Amazon, it still should be available on AMD. I believe these are just for Black Friday week or I don't know when these deals are ending or anything like that. But yeah, that's awesome. It seems like, again, typically you see them discounted at the retailer. You don't see them discounted directly through AMD, but directly through AMD. You can pick all these up too. So again, if you were thinking about building a new system, you can get some discounts on CPUs. And again, new families of CPUs don't go on sale this quickly ever.
No. And just keep in mind, you do have to upgrade motherboard and memory as well with the 7000 series. Got to be on an
AM5.
5, thank you, and DDR5.
Yeah. But like I said, if you were thinking about building a new system, perfect time. We got new CPUs, new GPUs, and things like that. So talking about Ryzen 7000 series, specs on the non-X versions of some of the processors were leaked. So we'll have a Ryzen 9 7900, again, no X. It will boost up to 5.4 gigahertz, 429, 7700, Ryzen 7 7700, boost up to 5.3 gigahertz, 329, and a Ryzen 5 7600, boost up to 5.1 gigahertz. to 29. These will be available in Q1 according to this leak. So if you didn't, again, you don't need the X versions. These will be available, and I think we'll see a lot of stuff that they say Q1. I assume we'll see something about these at CES, right? Yeah, I assume we'll see something about this at CES. And talking about CES, Intel will be launching the rest of their 13th gen, well, almost the rest of their 13th gen core processors at CES. We will get pretty much the rest of the 13th gen line, all the non-K CPUs, as well as the B670 motherboards, which again are the more cost-effective motherboards for people who don't need everything that's on Z790. These will be launched or announced at CES 2023. 16 new CPUs that are non-K versions. It is interesting. We haven't heard anything about the Core i9 13900KS. Will we see that at CES? Will that be an answer to what we expect AMD to also announce, which will be their X3D parts for Ryzen 7000 series? Haven't heard much on that yet, but that is the kind of guess that we've had, is that you will see the Ryzen 7000 series X3D parts announced at CES, and then you would expect Intel to be like, AMD is going to claim this is the fastest gaming processor, and then Intel's going to be like, well, we have the Core i9 13900KS, which boosts up to 6 gigahertz out of the box. This is actually the fastest gaming processor. So I don't know. Are you excited for any of this stuff? I think you'd be excited for the X3D parts.
Yes, I am, but I'm not as much as I would be like 30 minutes ago, because I ordered the 5800 X3D while we were podcasting earlier.
There you go. Are you excited?
I'm excited to see this performance upgrade.
So. That would be a big, especially in gaming. That's going to be a big one for you. What are you on now?
The 3800X. Okay. So not only am I going from a 3000 series, I'm going to a 5000 series. So like a 3800X to a 5800X would have been a decent increase, but the X3D is going to be even better. Yeah, especially in gaming. And that's like what I tax my machine with the most. Because I'm not quite ready to upgrade the GPU. I'm probably holding out to see what 4070 Ti looks like, which hopefully we'll see at CES as well.
Yeah.
We'll get some more life out of this 2070 Super.
I think that you're going to get at least 20% just in the going from 3,000 to 5,000. That's kind of what we saw in our reviews when we did those. And then with the X3D, you can get even more. So maybe like a 25% increase in performance gaming wise, which I think would be really good for you. So
yeah, absolutely.
Maybe you get some kills.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. Old man in the chat said, talking about the NVIDIA 16-pin connector, he said NVIDIA said they will honor the warranty even if it's user error at fault, which is a good thing, at least right now. But that connector definitely needs a redesign. Yeah, there's a lot of things that it could be redesigned when it comes to all of that. So we'll see if, we'll see like when these newer cards come out, maybe we'll see a different supplier of those cables or something along those lines too. We could see that. New case from Fractal Design came out. Small form factor, pretty sleek. It's called the Ridge, or it's called Ridge. It's not the Ridge, it's called Ridge. Small form factor, clean, good for like just a very, very basic PC that would, be in like a design studio or something like that, or like a home theater PC. Pretty, like I said, very, very sleek and nice.
Yeah, I like this look and the modularity of the design.
Yeah, that you can kind of take everything apart and build in here. Because again, building small form factor is not fun by any means. It does come with the riser that you can see right here, that allows it to have this smaller size and all of that. So I don't know, did they list price?
And is that like a cloth front? It kind of looked like a.
It's I don't know if it's
like a fine mesh. It looked like cloth to me. Like
it's
almost like a speaker grill, you know?
Yeah, it kind of looks like a speaker grill to me. Let's go to the... they don't have the price listed yet. See, like that would look pretty cool on like a home, you know,
Yeah,
like that way. It kind of does, like I said, it does look like a speaker. So I don't think, no.
yeah, I think this looks really nice.
Yeah, I like the way this looks. It looks very cool, and again, how you can set it vertically or horizontally without it looking stupid, because the base can be moved, which I think is really cool on this one. Black or white. Yeah, I think if I was doing a home theater PC build, that was strictly for media, not for. You can see this picture of what it would look like. You know, here's your graphics card up there and everything. That was strictly just for media, not gaming. This would be an awesome system. There, you can see it. You know what it would look like in your home theater PC. I think that would be.
It is a fabric front.
Yeah, very cool then. So yeah, if you're interested in that, we have the link to the product page if you want to check it out. And then this was actually pretty big news, and we actually covered this about a year ago.
Right.
If you guys aren't familiar with CaseLabs, they were basically the high-end enthusiast PC cases. When I talk about high end, all the cases were made of aluminum, which is most cases these days are more or less made of steel. Maybe sometimes you'll see an aluminum front panel on some cases, but again, most cases these days are steel, and it just the quality of aluminum's better. It's lighter, and they were the. Did you ever have a CaseLabs case or no?
I did not, but I was always jealous of people that did, because you know, you would see these builds in them, and they're actually pretty large cases when you start to take a look at them. But they would just like accommodate, you know, the biggest builds with the best hardware and like multiple radiators and like reservoirs that, you know, whatever size you wanted. They took into consideration design, right, looks and functionality. Yeah, they remind me of some of the earlier Lian Li cases.
And a lot of people
had these aluminum looks.
A lot of people don't remember that Lian Li cases in the beginning were all aluminum as well.
Oh yeah,
nobody remembers that.
Oh, I do.
Well,
because like it was like a love it or hate it type of look almost, right?
Yeah, the brushed aluminum
with that brushed aluminum, and but they were always considered nice. But you know, a lot of people don't remember that Lian Li.
Yeah. Well, anyways, CaseLabs went out of business in 2018. We covered that extensively. But then about a year ago, the company was under new management. By this guy who was just a fan. He's like a fan of the cases. He was in Switzerland, I believe, or Sweden. And about a year ago, he put out a surveys, like what people want from the company, blah, blah, blah. Since then, he has moved the company because this was an American company, because he's from, I'm pretty sure it's Sweden.
I think so.
He moved, obviously, the company to Sweden. Is going to produce everything in Sweden. And now the website's up, so you can go to, I didn't link it. Why didn't I link it? Oh. CaseLabs. Oh, wait, that's not. No, that's not it. That's the old one.
It said November 2022.
I don't think that's it. I think it's just CaseLabs.com. Could be wrong. Maybe that is
it. This Fractal Ridge says November 2022.
This isn't the website. I was on the website and it didn't look like this.
Oh wait, but this is the Fractal Ridge. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, this is not.
No, this...
How am I not finding this? Because I swear when I did this article, when I wrote this article, like when it said via CaseLabs, like I put, is it
CaseLabs.net?
Yeah, that's it. I think.
Wikipedia says CaseLabs.net, so I don't know. I
that's...
don't know where I'm taking us.
No, you might be taking us some
Domains for sale.
weird website. Let's
I
go
don't
to
know.
the tech. Do they have it listed? Okay, they have it listed. Anyway, caselabs.se for Sweden. See? Anyways, the website's up. Basically, for right now, the company will provide support. Like the current case, their SM8, which was like their flagship case, which we have a picture of right here. The SM8, they're going to be providing support for that, and then replacement parts or upgraded parts, because again, these cases haven't really been upgraded since about 2018. So there's a lot of like, you want your USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 Type C connector on the front, like things like that. They're going to be building, and then they're going to be starting with a more small form factor case, it seems, for their first new product. But the website's up. Like I said, everything's going to be built in Sweden. It's still going to be very high end. Like they're not going to have the same design, but make everything out of steel. It's all going to be made out of aluminum. And for those in the United States, it's going to be even more expensive because they're going to have to ship everything from Sweden to the United States, which will be very costly. So this,
they were expensive already.
Yeah, like these cases were like what, $600-$700.
Yeah, they were very expensive.
Yeah, for a case. So, well, there's a whole FAQ if you want to learn more and anything. Look at that.
It's like,
yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, if you want to know more, and everything, it would be interesting to see. I'd be interested to see the first new case after the
sale. Yeah,
the sale. Yeah. And it's kind of nice because a lot of people do have these CaseLab cases and they want to upgrade, or they want something, or they need certain support. I mean, they were kind of screwed because they went out of business, but now everything's kind of back up and running, which is kind of cool. So yeah. Old man in the chat said, I think my Thermaltake X71 case is based on a CaseLabs design. More than likely, yeah. I mean, that's kind of that's kind of the big thing that happened and was a big issue. Again, we covered it extensively. If you guys want to, like I said, you can just type in CaseLabs in our search and you'll be able to find it. All the stuff that we had covered about CaseLabs. That's like I said, and I like. So if you had a choice, would you want a case like this? Like, would you want a CaseLabs case, or is there another case out there that you would rather have?
Right now, I don't think there's another case I would rather have than what I have.
Which is the Inwin 925.
Yeah. These CaseLabs cases are probably pretty close to being a second, maybe. There's some Fantex cases that I really like. But I'm also like, for my next build, I'm looking for small form factor, I think, but still liquid cooled.
How small?
I don't know.
Like micro ATX, or are you going mini ITX, or
mini ITX?
And like, are you trying to go for the smallest size possible?
No. iQnix has a case that they make, and they make two versions. They make an air cooled and a water cooled version, or that are kind of for that. So that's kind of what I've been looking at. I don't know. We'll see. It won't be for the 5800X.
I did.
If anything, I'll put the 3800X in it.
I did the ITX for a while.
Yeah,
I think
that A1, the Inwin A1, is that what you were using for it?
I don't remember.
Or was this quite a while ago?
This is quite a while ago. I did the no, I didn't use the A1. I thought about it. It was the same type of case, a little cube type case. I think it was a Thermaltake case, actually. And it was great. It during gaming, it did get hot. And then like back then, that was before like, M.2 drives were really a thing. So storage was kind of an issue. Not a ton of space for storage. That might even like I had like I was like rocking like 4 external drives or something. Like I'll just show you a picture of my desk because I had all the drives like just lined up next to each other.
Do you remember the company that made cases? They were the Monarch, is Monarch, like the Hornet Pro and stuff. They were kind of like a cube case. Man, those things came out of nowhere, and they were just like badass back in the day. Yeah,
there's a lot of.
I meant to get out my G15 keyboard. I like
literally
looked at it yesterday, and I was like, oh, I should grab this for tomorrow. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, you got to do that. Talking about what we have coming up next week. This week, I'm finally building my new computer, and I'm super excited for it.
You keep showing me pictures of all the gear. So
all the stuff's been sitting here. I just been working on other reviews, and I figured tomorrow's I'll have a lot of time because it's the holiday. So I'm gonna probably and the thing is, it's not that I have to film everything that I'm doing, so it just takes longer than just putting it together. Right.
And are you taking drives out of your current machine and moving them over?
No.
Okay. That's nice. So you can have both of them running at the same time.
Yeah, I'm just going to copy the data to a portable SSD and then transfer it that way. It's just easier. But the whole thing is, everything that's here is going to move there because I'm building a desk as well. So I think tomorrow and Friday, I'm going to build the computer. Okay. And then Saturday, I'm going to build the desk. And then, so I'm super excited for that. That's the whole plan for this next week. So stay tuned for all that. I'm like really, really excited. This, like I said, this old thing over here is just, on its sort of, no, I wouldn't say it's on its last legs. It's still a very powerful computer, just this USB issues and everything. And I'm really excited to build in the Lee 011 dynamic. Nelson asked Intel or AMD. It is AMD. I'm doing the Ryzen 9 5950X with an Asus motherboard, 3090, 64 gigabytes of DDR4, 3 Gen 4 NVMe drives, lots of lights.
It's gonna be a pretty sick build.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. So hopefully everything goes well. And then, like I said, new desk as well. So changing. I think it's slightly bigger than this one. Have some new stuff for that as well. I'm thinking about, what do you think about a mic, like a different mic stand? So this one comes off the side of my desk, right?
I bought a new mic arm this last week. Also, old man's asking if you use an ass, but I bought the blue Compass, and I was going to use it for another project. And now that I've used it, I think I'm going to take it back.
You don't like it?
I don't. There's things that I do like about it, but the way I use my mic and the way I position it, it's too big of an arm.
So that one would go up above and come down.
It can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
when I'm podcasting, the mic is 12 inches in front of me, and it's just my screen's here, and so it blocks a little bit of the screen. But when I'm gaming, I move the mic down below my monitor. So
you need the Elgato, the one.
Yes, I do.
See, that's what I was thinking too, because when I'm podcasting here, I'm at an angle, but it would be kind of nice if I don't know if I would do the above. If something's above, would it block the screen? I don't know.
And then I have another monitor above, right? So that
you have that
help me at all.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm not sure about the monitor arm. Old man did ask if I was using a NAS.
Right.
I use a Synology 4-bay. I can't tell you. I've had it for a few years now, so it's a couple years old. But yeah, Synology 4-bay NAS that stores. I take a lot of photo and video stuff, so it stores all that. All the extra ThinkComputers, like raw video, raw photo stuff. It's all gets saved to the NAS. So yeah, Synology is kind of, for me, I like Synology is easy to set up even for a beginner. I would say. So that's kind of the route to go. I would think. Nelson said, so next week you can show us sweet. Yeah, I think I'm gonna maybe I'll hook my GoPro up so we can so I can show you guys around, or I guess we could do the phone, but I guess you have to mute me because it's
oh man, we had that loop going the other day.
Yeah, so maybe we can go ahead and do that where I can show you the system, because so like I said, the plan is to have everything, the desk and PC build all done for next week, so I can be podcasting from here not sitting over there. If I'm sitting over there, that means something didn't get done and didn't get built. So
exactly.
Yeah, so we'll hopefully see. But yeah, I'm super excited. Just a new build and all that. So Jim from Home Gadget Geeks is here. Yeah, check the recording later if you missed anything. We'll have Jim on. When are we having Jim on?
The 7th. December 7th.
December 7th.
Right.
That's not next
yeah,
week, but
2
the
weeks.
following week.
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, we'll have Jim on talking about Christmas stuff. Can you believe we're almost at Christmas time?
I can because I've like this week really hit hard for me. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Thanksgiving and got to start buying all these gifts. Like my mom she's one of those people that like probably starts buying gifts the day after Christmas. But yeah, so just all the stuff we have to do ahead of Christmas, and then those weeks go by so fast because we get into like, at least for us, like after work holiday events and all these things that just take up these evenings, and then you're busy on the weekend, and as soon as you know, you're like, oh shoot, I've got to wrap these gifts and decorate.
Yeah, that's how it is for me. Like I'm trying to wrap up all these reviews before the end of the year, and there's so much stuff here, and it's like trying to figure that out. And I know I have to do this new build because like like the desk and the computer parts have been sitting here for like at least over a week, so like I need to get all this stuff done. And yeah, end of year is coming. So we have a lot of cool stuff coming up for you guys. We're really excited to show you. There are some new products that I can't talk about yet that are coming out before the end of the year. One really interesting thing that I think Ryan would be interested in. So yeah, some cool stuff that we'll be showing you guys. So stay tuned on the website for all of that. It is Wednesday night. What does that mean, Ryan?
Streaming. We're going to stream after this. Apex Legends, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to stream. We're going to game. So
our stream preview is getting our pre-turkey gobble on. So that's what the stream's called today.
Yeah. So twitch.tv/ThinkComputers. We're going to be over there. Ryan will have that stream. So he will be leading that one off. And when you're in there, yell at Ryan, tell him, so because he's real quiet on the stream. He's trying to.
I am, man.
Yeah, no, you got to get it going.
Old man
so.
Says, whoops, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Narita Boy is free on good old games right now, and Star Wars Squadron is free on Epic tomorrow.
Oh, nice. Always good. Like Star Wars games are always fun to play at the holidays. Holiday time is the good time to play games if you
Sure.
And I always say this when you're like, especially if you're like hosting an event, it's always good to like, you can just sneak away,
how are you sneaking away?
Right, sneak downstairs and get some gaming. You don't want to hang out with the in-laws. You just,
hey, where's Ryan at? Oh, he's down hiding.
Yeah. Oh, he's working. He's doing some work.
He's real busy.
It's like the Jim just goes away and goes down and just play some games. Like I said, lots of deals going on and stuff. And I think I'll post it tomorrow. I will make a list of all the good deals that I find tech related. No, I'm not gonna put like a toothbrush or something, but all tech related stuff. I will have something up tomorrow, probably tomorrow night, for Black Friday. So if you guys are looking for some tech deals, again, we already covered a bunch, but we'll have a bunch more on the website tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, guys, again, twitch.tv/ThinkComputers. Ryan will have that stream up, and we will see everybody next week.